My name is Morgan Pounds, and I chose to base my website on the topic of selfish psychology. So one of the major issues just in the world as a whole today is this issue of selfishness and egocentrism that's just underlying everything that's going on. And so I wanted to dig deeper into how psychology promotes or works to combat all of this selfishness that is occurring all over the globe, and how we are just so quick to think the best of ourselves and to try to make ourselves seem better than we actually are. One of the main places that selfishness is especially seen is here in the United States and in just the Western Hemisphere as a whole, mainly because of the wealth of the area and the ability for us to satisfy these selfish needs, which continues to grow them, and our just sense of entitlement because we live in countries of power are some of the reasons that the environment plays in our selfishness. Another place selfishness can be promoted is just in our pop culture in general. We often listen to music such as I Love Me and I'm Sexy and I Know It, which just promote this feeling of entitlement and overall just self-love that can end up being dangerous. Other phenomenons have also contributed to selfishness and getting into our head that we are just these amazing beings, such as the selfie and the selfie stick and just all the movements on social media to love yourself. And while they can be helpful and a lot of fun, they can also be damaging and give us these really big egos that we just don't need. So the first topic that the website focuses on is self-serving bias, which is when we tend to think of ourselves as better than we may actually be. Another topic that the website looks at is the false consensus effect, which is when we believe that everyone agrees with us and shares the same beliefs and morals that we do, which is obviously not the case, but we tend still to not pick up on that and overestimate the agreement of others. The next topic in the website is the fundamental attribution error, which is when we tend to underestimate environmental factors for other people, and we tend to just blame the mistakes of others on their disposition instead of what may have actually been situational. We also will look at social traps, which is when you fulfill your own selfish desire but may put the whole group at risk, which is a really big issue and can cause a lot of conflict. Another thing we're going to look at is narcissistic personality disorder, which is almost the diagnosis for being overly selfish and can be treated in some ways but still not really. But if someone is just extremely selfish, this would be the best way to kind of describe it. The spotlight effect is when we tend to think that all eyes are on us at all times, which is normally not true and will come in handy when you do things like trip and embarrass yourself, but we do believe that we are always being watched and criticized and judged. And lastly, we're going to look at selfishness in the unconscious, and the main place that it shows itself is in the id, because those are your unconscious selfish desires that you do your best to meet but also balance out with reality, and that's what the ego does. But the pure selfish drives are normally found in the id, and so we're going to look at that. So that's just an overview and an intro to what this website will be about, and I hope you enjoy and learn a little bit more about selfish psychology.